everybody. This is me riding through the neighborhood on a snowy day. Yeah, I hope that visibility up there for you guys stays good. It's pretty cold. Yeah, so I haven't done a moto vlog in pretty much like 3 weeks, and you can kind of see why. This has just been an on-off, back and forth kind of thing with the snow coming and going. And what I realized in thinking about it, I have never done a vlog on the 250, on the little TU. And so here we go. This is my attempt at a moto vlog on the TU250 in the snow. The Rocky Mountains have been getting a ton of snow, and honestly, the basin, the Metro Denver area, have been getting a ton of snow as well. I mean, it's just every other weekend. And of course, it's very rarely on a weekday that we get, snow at all, or let alone any snow that does anything. But it's always on the weekend, right when you're ready to go out for a ride. Just get hammered, pelted with the snow. So I thought I'd bring the 250 out, finally get a vlog on this little baby, show you guys what she's all about. More than anything, because very soon she'll be gone, or at least very soon I hope she'll be gone. I'm trying to, I'm going to list this thing for sale here very shortly. Nice snowy day in the metro area. Nothing wrong with getting out on the 250 and giving it a little ride. All in all, how do I feel about the TU250, the Suzuki? I love this bike, man. My first ever motorcycle was actually a Suzuki TU250. That was in 2011, and I probably quite foolishly bought it brand new, off the shelf from a dealer. But I mean, even looking back, I don't regret it that much. It was expensive, but it was totally friggin' worth it. It was super cool. I love this little bike. First motorcycle ever. It's definitely a 250. It's slow as hell. It's super small. It's incredibly lightweight. But it did so much for me. But yeah, so anyways, I just love the TU250. This is a great little beginner bike. I love tooling around on it now that I have a lot more experience. People always say, if you're going to get a first bike and you start on a 250, you're going to learn how to ride a motorcycle the right way. And I think that's very true. But I didn't really know that I'd learned the right way until I came back years later and I rode it again. So anyways, I started riding on a TU250. This is my first ever bike. And then I traded it in towards the Scrambler. I think I paid $5,000 out the door. I traded in $3,000 I got for it. So it cost me $2,000 for my first bike, and it's just loss of money. But I don't know. I love this motorcycle. It was worth it. And then years later, my wife decided she wanted to ride a motorcycle, and so what did? We went out and we bought her a TU250. And how much did I pay? I paid $3,000. So, and it's the exact same year and everything. It's a 2011. So it's I guess it just works out like this sometimes. I think it's a great little beginner bike. I think everything about it's wonderful. Folks who have had the Ninja 250 have told me in the past that this and the Ninja have very similar characteristics and handling. Obviously, this looks like a modern classic, and that looks like a sport bike. But if that's any indication, now if you're trying to compare and contrast it with, say, KTM 300 or one of the newer 300 sport bikes, everybody's moving up, 50cc because of those Euro laws, then that might be a tough comparison to make. But I think if you're into modern classics, this is a fantastic beginner bike. You can find them from anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000, and I think they're wonderful. I just think it's a wonderful little motorcycle. It's a beautiful little 250 motorcycle with the styling of a modern classic. Not a bad little motorcycle. Look at that. Kind of has this look of a Bonneville. Could compare it to the Bonneville or even the SR400, the Yamaha SR400. But she's going to be for sale soon. Anybody out there potentially interested, let me know. yeah, so there she is, though. Single cylinder, beautiful little engine, very reliable. You know, it really gets up and goes for a 250, 80 miles per gallon without even trying. Just a wonderful little bike. Give you a little sense here of what the cockpit is like. Not bad mirrors. Old school Odo, no tack. And you can see about 630 miles, barely even half that long. Already upgraded to the Guzzi. Yeah, it's a nice little bike. What else do I want to talk about? Well, summer plans. First big next trip I've got is Motos in Moab. I'm sure some of you have heard of it. If not, I'll throw a link down in the description so you can check it out. It's this big hipster rally out in Moab, Utah that they started doing last year. It was the first ever. This is going to be the second one. They tout themselves as the worst camp out ever. So it sounds like it'll be really, really interesting. I've actually volunteered to be the Denver ride captain, meaning we have a big group of 70 people from the state of Colorado that are all going to Motos in Moab. And anybody leaving from Denver that wants to participate in the group ride, probably meeting at 7 or 7:30 at Arico's on the Friday, that Friday before the rally starts, and leaving. And anyways, I'm gonna be the guy doing the leading. Ride captain, yeah. Versailles Street. Where do you live? I'm off of Versailles. I'm over at Versailles. People are looking at me like, what the hell is this guy doing out on a motorcycle in this weather? I am riding, sir. How to ride in the cold weather? I have no idea. Just suck it up. Gear, it's all about the gear. I mean, I've got my snowboard pants on right now, but definitely need a good jacket and good gloves. These pants actually work pretty well in the cold. I mean, I haven't gone that fast, but they're holding up pretty well. I got my Revit Gore-Tex gloves. I forget which ones these are. I've got my Revit Urban City Collection jacket. They actually stopped making this one. It's called the Opera, but the one they are still making is called the Elsinore. Look at this. Look at this. Snow. The burbs, man. You gotta love the burbs. Look at these houses. They look very expensive. You know, I met up with a group of these guys from Motos in Moab from Denver at this little bar called Fort Greene, and actually we're meeting up again next Friday if anybody's interested in coming out. I will try, if the weather is good, to actually ride there, and then if I ride there, I will try to actually film the entire thing. I'll film the experience. It's an interesting group of folks, you know. I mean, if you're a cynic, you would call this crowd of people twin cylinder hipsters, you know. You're not going to find anything past a twin there. Maybe an old vintage bike you find a 3-cylinder, but very unlikely. And if you're even more of a cynic, you would say that you're really going to find nothing but dudes on Harleys. There's pretty much Harleys and modern classics, and mostly Harleys, and then a few more Harleys. They're nice dudes. I'm not hating. I just definitely, you know, I'm a millennial. I would technically be called a hipster by some people, but meeting these folks, I mean, on the hipster barometer, on the hipster beard barometer of like stubble to, you know, Duck Dynasty, I am definitely more in the territory of stubble than Duck Dynasty by that measure. Not saying like literally I've got a beard or I don't have a beard. That's not what I mean. I just mean like these guys are really authentic hipster dudes, and I obviously am not as authentic as them. It's kind of fun getting out here and filming. This is a good way to spend your Sunday. Everybody should do this. Everybody should do this. I'm trying to upgrade a bunch of my film stuff right now. I'm thinking about buying the software I've been using. I've been using a free version. It doesn't render at a very high resolution. I've been thinking about getting a new camera. I've been thinking about getting a drone. You know what? To hell with that. We're gonna go straight. I've been thinking about making a lot of little changes and upgrades to the YouTube channel here. I'm not promising more than one video a month, but I think I'm not even promising one video a month. Actually, I think I am going to promise one video a month. I'm going to make that commitment right now. At least one video a month. That's really not that big a deal. It's only 12 videos in a year. I'd like to go up to like one video a week, but man, that is not easy for me to do. I don't like just making bullshit content. I like to try and make the content like, you know, half decent. And if you're going to make stuff that's half decent, it's unlikely you're going to get something every week. I'll see some guys who do it though. I mean, they make really good videos every week, but I wouldn't say that those videos are always of interest to me, you know? Look at this little guy. Shift's great. Wonderful little motorcycle. Buy it. Only $30,000. It's like new. Has less than 1,000 miles on it. It's actually really hard for me to part with this guy. I really don't want to get rid of it. I want to kind of cafe it out a little bit, you know. I'd like to clean up this entire front area and just like replace the seat with like a little banana seat, and you know, get rid of these ugly mirrors up here. I mean, a lot of little things I'd like to do to this guy. Just hold on to it for myself to dick around on. But I think I know that the truth is I need the $3,000 more than I need this bike. And I've got 3 motorcycles and 2 cars right now. I mean, that's absurd. That's absolutely absurd. On a side note, I will say, this Revit jacket is just insanely warm. I got a t-shirt on underneath here, and it's crazy. It's so good. It's 33 degrees outside, and my hands are cold, but my torso is great. Hey, I made it to 100 subscribers. I really appreciate everybody who subscribes. I appreciate everybody who watches. If you watch 30 seconds, that's better than watching nothing. If you give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, that's better than nothing. I'll take anything I can get. You know, thanks for watching. Yeah, and go ahead, click subscribe. I dare you. It's not gonna hurt. There'll be more bullshit videos like this for you to watch in the future. Plenty of modern classics. I own 3 right now, believe it or not. I mean, holy shit, all I need is a fucking Ducati Scrambler in the garage, and I'll have a fucking set.